Hello and welcome everybody to another Final Fantasy draft video. I'm paulcheon and today we are sitting at Platinum 1. We had a nice clean trophy going 7-1 with a very open and solid white black aggressive deck, but I want to do something flashy. I think we have maybe 1 or 2 Final Fantasy drafts left, and for this one, I'm going to really try my best to give myself an excuse to draft some kind of Towns deck. Hopefully it's going to be open this time. Now before we hop into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes or you want to buy some singles for your constructed decks, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, check out HeavyPlay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you want deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, they are your one-stop shop for all of it. HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. They're also at basically every Magic the Gathering convention. Swing by their booth. Tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. Basically, I just don't want to see a white rare. All right, well, you know what? I'll take a Jill. I'm happy with a Jill. Emperor of Palamecia is also a very nice one if you do want to end up in the blue-red spells deck. Midgar I've actually found to be mediocre. It's actually not as good as it looks. It looks like it's all upside, and it's a fine card, but I actually just won't take this over premium removal spells either. So for example, if I see a Vayne's Intervention or a Sephiroth's Intervention, or Vayne's Treachery or Sephiroth's Intervention, I would just take one of those over this. But anyways, we're going to take a Jill and not think too much about the rest of that pack. And pack 1, pick 2. Okay. There is an Ultros, and then there's a Sephiroth's Intervention. Okay. So Sephiroth's Intervention will always be good. Ultros is interesting. It keeps us in blue, which is also really nice. In blue-red specifically, it's quite nice. In blue-black, it can be okay, and it's a little bit worse in blue-green. But I think the main reason to take the Ultros here, it's a very powerful card, but also cuts off blue. I actually, for what it's worth, do think it's quite close, but let's take the Ultros here. All right, Vanille, okay. Okay. Well, I like this. This is not a red card. This is a 3-mana 2/2 first strike vigilance lifelinker. Vanille is better than basically every common, and it's definitely the best card in this pack. All right, let's take this and be cautiously optimistic about the rest of this draft here. Also, does anybody can somebody explain to me, by the way, why my cards look so dark? I set the graphical settings on ultra, and it just looks ultra bad right here. All right, pack 1, pick 4. This is a really weak pack. There's literally nothing I want out of this pack. Like in blue or green or on the splash, there's a Gaius Van Baelsar, which I guess can be interesting in some kind of a deck. But you know what? Just going to take a super off-color town here. We'll see what happens. By the way, we started the draft with 3 legendary creatures. I guess if I took the Gaius Van Baelsar, that would have been another legendary creature, but I just think that card's just okay. All right, pack 1, pick 5 gives us another pretty mediocre pack. There's an Ambrosia Whiteheart, which can go well in a white-based deck, which, you know, I mean, certainly it's nice to bounce Jill and Vanille. So that is something to consider. There's also like a Windurst if I wanted to maybe splash white, but white doesn't have a lot of good cards to splash. They're stuck in Summoner's Sanctum, which is just a fine removal spell, and I think I'm just going to take that and just continue cutting off blue here while I try to get a sense for what my second color should be. Here there is a Grand Pulse Ochu, there's Phyton, but if I go blue-black, I mean, I don't really care about this too much. There's Midgar City of Mako, but actually I do like Grand Pulse Ochu in these types of decks. If I do end up drafting a value-based Towns deck, a lot of your lands come into play tapped, so it's really important to have really cheap cards that can get in the way of what your opponents are trying to do as you try to ramp into the late game. All right, pack 1, pick 7. I'm not a big fan of Thief's Knife. It's a late white Mage's Staff. But for me, it's between like Balamti, Rexar, Gungaga, and Eden. And I mean, these lands are fine, but I don't really have any reason to be like all in on Towns just yet. Let's just take the Rexar here and just have at least the start of what looks like a blue-green deck. Our curve goes from all the way from 1 to 6, and then see what it is that we would be interested in splashing here. Here I'll take a world map. Don't really love it though, so my plan is to not play it if I can avoid it. Here I'll take, I guess, a Light of Judgment. You know, like if I absolutely need a random expensive removal spell, I can play it, but yeah, now on the wheel we're seeing some just like a bunch of mediocre cards here. And yeah, we're also just not tabling any of the... We're not tabling any of the towns. I mean, this is what happens. White Mage is Steph with 4 cards left. I'm going to take the fight on here, and this can give us some value if we find town greeters and such. So, you know, certainly we can move into some kind of like a Sultai value deck, maybe. Rook Turret's pretty bad. I mean, both of these are pretty bad. I guess I'll take an Airship Crash. But I just don't want to play any of these cards, really. And this is the issue. Everybody wants to do the sweet thing. I just want to do it once. I just want to do it once, and it's just not even possible. Yes, I could have drafted another aggressive white deck, but I just don't want to do that for the 4th straight draft. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try here. Okay, I'm going to try, but there's no guarantees here. I wonder if there's a way I can make Lab Maniac playable. All right, pack 2, pick 1. What do we have here? A blue-red town, an extremely weak pack. There is a Venge Treachery for removal, and I suppose a Farseek. The issue with Farseek is that it doesn't really get me the towns that I need. So I'm actually just going to take Venge Treachery here. And see where this goes. Oh, there's a Sazcats, Roy. Okay, okay. Well, you can fully expect green to come from this side. Holy cow. Chocobo Kick. Torgal, Venge Treachery, all kinds of goodies here. This is one of the best rares in the entire set. So hopefully we can pick up, you know, a big fat Chocobo. It would be a nice one to be able to fetch. Obviously getting any basic land card is good. And there is a world even, I mean, I guess black wasn't super open in pack 1, but, you know, like, it's not like we got a million blue cards. So we're going to play it carefully here and try to figure out where it is we need to be. Choco Comet is obscene, but there was just zero indication that we should have been red after pack 1. So I just don't think I should take this. Here I'm going to take SideQuest Card Collection. I don't really have any card draw effects. And it does trigger Ultros. Right now, like, my deck is not particularly good at turning this on. So hopefully we can find more ways to do so. Yeah, and it doesn't look like we're going to end up in a deck that's just like all in on towns. We're either going to be like a blue-green deck with a light splash of black if possible, or just straight blue-green, depending on where things go. That is a Shantoto, and that's also a Guadosalam and a Gubu Gardener. Oof, good pack. I don't really care for Shantoto, honestly, that much when it's on the splash. So for me, it's between Guadosalam and the Gubu Gardener. They're both very good, but I'm going to take the Guadosalam. Just a double on-color town just seems too strong not to take out of that pack. Here we have the Quistis versus Dreams of Laguna, Geisel Greens, and Capital City. Here I will take the Quistis just because I do think the upside is high enough for me to take this. Despite the fact that right now I currently don't have any spells, I just feel like oftentimes in these types of decks you splash removal, and we already do have a Venge Treachery here, so certainly I think we'll be able to try to find more removal to go with this Quistis. Alright, pack 2, pick 6. Yep, Ice Magic, very, very happy with that. It's, you know, we don't have a lot of interaction, so happy with this. Also something that works super well with the Ultros, and of course also works with the Quistis. You know what's funny? We didn't get like a single green card after the person passed us the Saz. So I guess that's not a good sign necessarily. Alright, pack 2, pick 7. I'm in the market for something cheap. There's a Reach to Horizons, which can be okay, but there's also a Scorpion Sentinel. And I do need to focus on the early part of my mana curve here. So let's take the Scorpion Sentinel. I'm very happy with the pick 8 Gubu Gardener. So that helps shore up the 2 mana slot in our deck, which was a weakness before. So now, I mean, I'm looking at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 cards that I'm fairly happy with in just a straight blue-green shell. Definitely interested in picking up a Chocobo of some kind here. And then giving ourselves the option to potentially splash for one of these cards here if that is something that we're interested in. So what do we have here? There is an Ice Flan, which is okay. There's a Gigantode and a Baron Airship Kingdom. Now, right now, I have 0 town payoffs, and all I have is a Light of Judgment. I just feel like Gigantode I can just pick up, so I'm going to take the Speculative Baron here and kind of hope for the best. But maybe that's not great, just given the direction of this draft. I'll actually play the Bard's Bow. I just don't feel like I'm going to miss the Gigantode very much. All right, here I will take a Dreams of Laguna. I'm surprised there's Dreams of Laguna in the pack that late. And honestly, this deck looks like it would probably be best if it's just a straight 2-color deck. So perhaps for that reason, maybe I should have taken the Gigantode. This is a really good pack. There is Combat Tutorial, Summon Titan, and Summon Leviathan. Which one's better? This thing is cheaper. Mill 5 cards, return all land cards from a graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Until end of turn, another target creature you control gains trample. This thing kind of closes out the game. This thing bounces everything. I'm going to take... Alright, I'm going to take the Summon Titan. It's just a little more proactive. I think they're both obviously good for this type of deck, but let's go with the Summon Titan there. Here we'll take a blue-green land. Very, very happy about that. Maybe we'll table the Fang. I don't know if it's necessarily worth it, but I think a blue-green land here is very, very welcome. Don't really care for Iridia's return. I don't have a whole lot of self-mill. So here, it's really between Summon Shiva and Gubu Gardener. I think this deck needs the ramp a little more than the Shiva, so I'm going to go with a second Gubu Gardener here. All right, pack 3, pick 4. Going to take a Grand Pulse Ochu here, just for more cheap interaction. Swallowed by Leviathan is great. I'm very happy to pick that up. Side quest, Raise a Chocobo doesn't actually fetch off of the Saz Catsroy. There's also Ultima, which is really good in the right deck. The problem is white wants to be aggressive, so this is not a particularly good card in that type of deck. All right, certainly looking for more interaction here. So happy with another Ice Magic. And yeah, I mean, it just looks like we're just straight blue-green here. No reason to be anything else. Our colors are at least going to be pretty nice, but yeah, I mean, this is certainly like not the most exciting combination here. Take a Monk's Fist, although probably can't play it. I have 19 cards here. Oof. Okay, so I probably need to play Ice Flan as well. Maybe Airship Crash. And I guess, I mean, honestly, this could even be a Blitzball shot deck, potentially. We have 13 creatures, Bard's Bow. It's not terrible. I did speculate on a lot of things, and now I'm like kind of regretting it, assuming I don't table all the other stuff. There's a Resentful Revelation that's pretty good. Do I want the Struggler's Copter? I'll take it, but I don't think I'm going to play it. Yeah, this was brutal. We just got like literally 0 towns payoffs. I'm off it. I'm off trying to force towns at this point. You know what I mean? There's just too many people, like, yeah, myself included, obviously, but there's just too many people that remember exactly like one thing about this format, which was the towns deck, and they all just move in. That being said, I still think I have a fine blue-green deck. It's not amazing by any means. You know, honestly, as bad as this looks, because it looks like we're ending up with not quite enough playables here. I don't even have a Chocobo to fetch with this. Did I have the opportunity to take one? I don't even know. I have Summon Titan as something to get back with Iridia. But that's it, so I don't know that that's worth. But with all the... red is basically a free splash. So I think I can play the one copy of Light of Judgment here. Does this get any land card? Basic land card, okay. Just to, because like, you know, I can certainly use a removal spell. And I don't think I would want to splash the Vein's Treachery because I don't have anything that's black. All right. I mean, I just have to find some filler, I think. So we'll just play all of those. I don't think I want to play a mountain, though, in this deck. I'm just going to play, like, these 3 red sources. do something like this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, I think I can even play 16 lands with Double Gardener. Play the Blitzball for the splash and the ramp. This is also nice with the Quistis, and also turns on my Ultros. And I really wish I had at least like one Town's Payoff card, but I just don't. But our mana should still be good. 4 red sources here for a Light of Judgment. I don't think I want to play a basic mountain here. And this still gives us 10 green and 9 blue. So, like this setup, I mean, it's the best that I got. I think there was a couple of instances where I could have maybe taken a playable card over a town. I only needed a couple, but there were a couple of spots where just like there were 3 green cards in a pack and 2 of them didn't tape. So there's at least 3 green drafters. So this is what it is. You know, I think we have a playable deck, but certainly could be a little better. Let's see how this goes. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content, I do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. A lot of benefits on the Patreon, access to my Discord channel, monthly videos, and also monthly streams, depending on the tier level. If you're really interested, once again, patreon.com/paulcheon. Check it out. All right, opponent on the play here. We have an OK curve. Turn 1, Grand Pulse Ochu. Turn 2, I don't know, Ultros or Blitzball, I guess. They have a blue-red card. Let's attack. I'm going to go Ultros as it has far more upside here. If they kill it, they kill it. I do have 2 Ice Magics, which is a really nice card to get back with the Ultros. I'm going to play Blitzball here. I will not crack it yet, as I do have the ability to play a side quest card collection here. Let's lock down that Quistis Merchant. Draw 3. No land to be found. That is sad. Let's discard Blitzball Shot and Dreams of Laguna. Wow. I did not expect to miss on the land there. But I guess my opponent's also been missing some land drops. Alright, we did hit a land there. Let's see, 2 cards in graveyard. Just don't have a great option. I'm just gonna keep slowing them down here. Let's keep that tapped. Hit them for 3. There's a Dragoon's Wyvern. Okay. Well, that turns off my be aggressive with Ultros plan. I mean, I do have like Quistis plus Blitzball Shot as like a random way to surprise kill my opponent, but I'm actually just going to play Vanille for now. I'm just going to try to keep hitting my land drops. Oh, wow, that's tough. I hit a Saz or a land. I mean, I'm going to take the Saz. Saz gets us a land. So next turn I can probably go like Saz, get a land, play Scorpion Sentinel, and just keep building out a big board. Ooh, side quest card collection from the opponent. Okay. I mean, they certainly have no shortage of cards. It's like they wanted to draft a Towns deck, but they're straight 2 colors. That is a horrible... You're at 10 life. How could you even consider doing that? Oh, I don't have a mountain, duh. Alright, so we have access to 7 mana. And I'm actually... Oh, light, sure. That's fair. Saz down, but you know what? It was still a 2-for-1. It still got me some value. So now I have to figure out what I want to do. I can't Quistis Light of Judgment just yet. I can play Dreams of Laguna, but I don't have a particularly strong attack. They're at 10. Okay. Yeah, I don't love... I have 5 cards in the graveyard. Whatever. Alright, they're at 7 life. I can't activate this, I don't think. Yeah. The way I look at it is like, they're at 7 life, right? Scorpion Sentinel is going to be a 4/4 next turn, and Grand Pulse Ochus are both going to be 6/6s. So this kind of puts it on them to try to have some kind of sweeper here, and I'm just getting in for maximum damage here. Sure, they're just dead. Right? They're literally just dead. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. Alright, Grand Pulse Ochu getting it done. I mean, our opponent's deck looked pretty strong. We just managed to... I mean, they just kind of got stuck on mana a little bit, and we managed to find some way to win that game. Alright, 1-0 at least. Alright, on the play here, I'm going to keep this. Remember, we have 16 lands, 2 land cyclers, and a Gubu Gardener. So... I mean, granted, we would love a blue source here, but I believe... Like, I'm not going to miss my 3rd land drop, right? So I just need any 4th land mana source to be able to play Vanille. Alright, we just drew a blue source, so that's good. And then, do I want to play Scorpion Sentinel or Swallowed by Leviathan? I mean, playing a 1/4 doesn't seem particularly strong. I guess we'll let that resolve. Okay, let's just play Vanille. I at least have the Balamti Rexar to get back. I would like to just get a land back instead. Ultros is interesting, but I just don't think I have enough blue to make that work. I'm going to take the Balamti Rexar. It has the most upside. The way I look at this is, if I draw a land, I don't need to cycle, right? If I draw a land, especially if I draw an island, if I draw an island, I can just play said island, and then play like a Scorpion Sentinel, keep up Swallowed by Leviathan. And if not, I can still just Forest Cycle Balamti Rexar and then pass. Alright, so Golgari Graveyard base deck. I'm going to try to save this for one of their fight-on type effects, if possible. Side quest raise a Chocobo. None of these do anything. Alright, so we missed on the land, so yeah, now we're just going to Forest Cycle. And I think... I mean, actually, we probably aren't in a position to save Swallowed by Leviathan, so I'm probably just going to fire it off here. There's a land. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. I am pretty sure I have like 9 blue sources in my deck, along with an Ice Flawn and a Blitzball, so... let's block here. Pretty interested in Dreams of Laguna and just hitting more lands. But the thing is, if it's not a blue source, I don't really want it, right? So if it's a forest, I'm probably going to bin it. But if it's anything else, then I'll keep it, is my thought process. All right, I'll keep the blue source. At least the first one here seems pretty good. So let's play Scorpion Sentinel. Don't need to run out the Blitzball just yet. I want to be able to either cast Ice Magic or Flashback Dreams of Laguna. Like, I have a lot of options here. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. Summon Fat Chocobo. That probably warrants a counterspell. Yeah, I'll do it. Okay, so now this is interesting. Do I want this land to be able to attack for 4? Yeah, I'll just keep both. Let's get Blitzball out there and just pass. Vanille. Yeah, that's annoying. Alright, they're gonna try to do some Chocobo nonsense. And all we have is just like trying to be somewhat aggressive with some Ice Flawn Sentinel nonsense. They took Chocobo Racetrack, but noting they don't have another green source. So that's... I'm not sure how much I love that. All right, we have a pair of ice magics and a dream. What is that dream? We'll find out. Like, the thing is, this can just deal with anything anyways. Yeah, like, why did they get back Chocobo Racetrack? They had so many good options, but that just... I guess at the time I only had a Scorpion Sentinel, but without even having the second green source, it just feels like it would be better to just get, like, a Summon Fat Chocobo or something, you know what I mean? Oh, wow, a 2-mana Diamond Weapon is pretty nuts. Side Quest Hunt the Mark, also pretty nuts. Alright, let's pick that up. No treasure for them. Let's cast it. Here. Attack. Play Baron. And pass. I mean, our only hope here is to play some kind of a tempo game. So that's the plan. It looks like they have a land. Okay. I'm hoping it's like a Chocobo kick. Picking up a land on one of their tokens. They're probably going to target the Diamond Weapon, though. But it is a Chocobo kick. Picking up a swamp. Wow, that was a 16 damage Chocobo kick. Alright, Airship Crash is interesting. Is this an artifact? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's flashback first. See if we find something. Okay, I will take that. Okay. So they're at 3 life, and we get an Airship Crash for the Diamond Weapon. Now, that's a 2-mana Diamond Weapon, so hopefully they don't have too much more beyond that. But the thing is, they also have a land, so this is still going to be a really good turn if they can play another good spell here. This is an instant, though, so that's good. So if they use another, like, fight spell or something, we can certainly kill the Diamond Weapon. Oh, wait, I should have killed it in response to this. Yeah, did I mess that up? Yeah, I did. I did mess that up. That was bad. Alright, so they're gonna have no creatures. Wow. Okay, I don't know what they have for that much mana, but... Sure. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Alright, they're at 3 life, but I am dangerously out of action. We actually drew, like, as good as humanly possible, but perhaps it's not going to be enough here. Like, we used almost all of our interaction, even Blitzball shot to, you know, some amount of success. That's a Torgal, okay. A land. Oh, and then a Gisal Greens. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, man, this is so close. 2 cards in hand. Why did they block with Torgal? Did they have a second Torgal in their hand? Remember, I can't draw a card unless I hit them with the legendary creature. Alright, so Quistis would be okay. That's a Resentful Revelation. The Grand Pulse Ocho attacks for 7 every turn. Their deck is nice. They found another land. 2 cards in hand. The problem is, like, every turn they play a land, like... Yeah, it's just not ideal. Maybe they have a Chocobo Kick. A Chocobo Kick's not enough, though. Chocobo Kick deals 6 damage. I can activate this. Was that intentional? Oh my gosh, we just drew Jill. Hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's gotta be Jill, right? Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have enough. Anyways, That puts them down to 1.5, 3 cards. So, like, there's a lot of things that they need to kill here. And I can make something unblockable. So if they kill the Jill, and they play a land, I'm still okay. So, hopefully that's enough. All right. You know, the one thing that they were missing was, like, you know, one thing that I really prioritize highly, I like to have 1 to 2 copies of in my Golgari decks, is Fight On / Rydia's Return, like, ways to just get stuff back, because you're so good at putting multiple permanents in your graveyard, so being able to recur them is really important. Now, my opponent could have easily had that in their deck, but they didn't draw it, so it's just like, that's one way to kind of get your value engine going in a Golgari deck. Alright, on the play, yeah. These Grand Pulse Ochus have been awesome. Just like a way to close out the games. We have Saz, Katzroy, and Jill. So I can't say that our opens have been bad. Although this one we got past. Somebody passed us that, but still. I might be interested in cycling this just to make sure that I can find something to play on 3, but of course it just depends on what they play. Yeah, I'm gonna just cycle this for now. Like, it's my best... It's the best turn that I have to cycle it, you know? Look, if I had something better to do than play a turn 3 Jill, I would have done it, but I just don't. So I'm glad that I cycled, because that was my one opportunity, right? So if I draw an untapped land next turn, I'm going to be very happy that I cycled the Airship Crash. If they kill the Jill, that's fine. Oh, that was a really good turn, actually. They get to double spell, so they didn't even lose any tempo there. Our curve is like... I mean, look at our hand. It's just somehow we have 5 4-drops. All I need is an untapped land, and I just know... Because, you know, I have like 4 or 5 towns that come into play tapped. I just know that's what I'm drawing. Adalbert Steiner, okay. Yep. I mean, it is what it is. Alright. We are in survival mode here. At least we drew a mana source, right? So... honestly, I don't care. Let's just... I should have maybe done this last turn. Alright. Weapons vendor, okay. I wish I had a chocobo to get. Or a bird, rather. But I do not. But, hey, it's a 3/3. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty underwhelming collection of stuff, but if they just play a bunch of dorky creatures, and then just like a 2/2 every single turn, I mean, that will certainly get the job done. And, yeah, this is... let's go Vanille. Let's get back. Ooh. Do I want Saz or Jill? I'll still get Saz. The way I look at it is I could have gotten a Grand Pulse Ochu, but I do have an Ice Magic too. And if their hand is just like a million 2-drops and just 3 removal spells, so be it, right? That's my thought process. Yeah, Samurai's Katana, one of the better uncommons. The best uncommon in these aggro-style strategies for sure. But I'm at 1 life here. Yeah, I am so dead. They just have too many permanents in play. It's an unfortunate way to lose this game. I just felt like a pretty big favorite here, but they have too much stuff. Sorry, at least matchup-wise, but the being delayed there definitely hurt us. Like, this deck should really not run into mana issues that often. All right. Okay, opponent on the play. We have 4 lands, Ice Magic, Scorpion Sentinel, and Side Quest. Card collection, totally fine. Man, how good would a Scorpion Sentinel have been in the last game? Okay. Freya Crescent. It does attack. It is a flyer. Maybe a Paladin's Arms or something. Ooh, Aerith Gainsborough. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, well, I have plenty of mana here, so I'm just gonna relax. I do have the ability to block Aerith with the Grand Pulse Ochu. And then next turn I can go like Side Quest card collection if I'm digging, or just fire off the Ice Magic just to kind of buy myself some time. Really interesting attack. Presumably they have something here. First strike or something? Alright, well, I'll bounce you. I mean, that was their whole turn, right? So now we can go Side Quest card collection. Pitch. Island. I'm not sure if I want the Blitzball or not. That's the only thing here. I think the answer is yes. The way I look at this is, like, there is an off chance I get a legend going, right? I could have kept 3 lands in my hand too. That was a pretty bad side quest card collection, by the way. I just cycled into all lands. But by keeping a land over a Blitzball, I guarantee that the Scorpion Sentinel will be a 4/4 in 3 turns, but I feel like within the next 3 turns, I'm pretty likely to find a land anyways. So I just like the upside of the Blitzball. Alright, Aerith Gainsborough. And that is a Dreams of Laguna. So let's fire that off first to see if we find something of note. Definitely don't want to land. And we found a Jill. They have 4 cards in hand. Ooh. That's pretty cool. So I can Jill the side quest card collection. Do I want to do that? Just draws me a lot more action, right? Sure. I'm a sucker for value, what can I say? And now there's like a lot of pressure on my opponent. There's a lot of pressure on my opponent to just kill the Jill, right? Because if I flip this, I can, you know, have it be very good, but like the fact that I just use this to get more value off of the side quest is good anyways, and just kind of keeps the card flow going. And if they kill this, I still have blockers for Aerith. Granted, I'm probably not looking to play it right now. Like, let's see. Unless if they kill the Jill, I would flip it next turn. So, you know, being able to go Blitzball into side quest card collection to flip is not terrible either. But also just running out Ice Flawn is pretty good. Just a big beater that slows things down. All right, so that's a white Aura Sight on Jill. What the hell? Okay. Well, that was, what? Okay. That was unexpected to say the least. I feel like they have an answer to this, so I don't want to use this just yet. I think it's just best to play a giant creature. Let's target this, no attacks, and see where this goes. Now the question is, would I have rather had a land? I don't know. Dragoon's Lance. Alright. 5 cards in the graveyard. Let's play this. I do have a Quistis for Ice Magic, which I don't necessarily have to use right away. I might find a cheap spell to put in the graveyard. Oh, Blitzball Shot is really interesting. So let's go Gubu, Gardener. Let's get rid of the Blitzball. 15 to 19. They have 3 cards in hand. Okay, definitely attacking with Ice Flan. They're like, what is this attack? I mean, mostly, like, obviously this tramples through for a bunch. But mostly, I just wanted to be able to flip this. And so now I can block stuff that's in the air. And I still get to keep a 4/4 back to block the Aerith. So I kind of like all of that. Now, noting that the Aerith will be a gigantic lifelinker that I need to be mindful of. But I do have Quistis plus Ice Magic that I have as an option, right? So that is available to me as well. Also, keep in mind they're at 10 life, so they gotta be somewhat careful here as well. That doesn't do much. Presumably, they have, like, some way to deal with this flyer, but whatever. Or not. Maybe they just wanted a big Aerith. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. Wow. So that was a lot of work just to turn Aerith into a 4/4, which I can't say that I'm a fan of. Yeah, I mean, let's just bounce the Aerith. Lazara! Yep. There's just so much damage coming in. Alright, blue-green tempo, and I will say, one card that's overperformed right now so far is Blitzball Shot. We've just been able to use it reasonably well. Because, I mean, this isn't the traditional, like, 5-color town super slow deck. It actually can play to the board and curves out a little bit better. So it has been fine. Also, people don't play around it very much, because it's not a particularly strong card, so it's been good, though. Just gotta pick your spots. Alright, on the play here, I'm going to keep. Turn 2 Gardener, always nice. I took one of these over an expensive card. I forget what it was. Oh, Summon Shiva. Unclear. Unclear which one was better there, but this is the decision that we made, so we gotta live with that decision. Black Mage's Rod, okay. Let's just continue developing our mana. I mean, we have, like, so many permanents, so this is a good spot to be. Also in a spot where I don't really care if they kill anything. Like just drawing a random 6-drop here would be good, right? So. Alright, side quest card collection, what you got for me? I'm thinking. I have 5 mana. Blitzball Shot does seem good. This is not going to flip for a while. So, I mean, alternatively, no, it's just this, right? What the heck? Okay. Sure. I guess I can't play the Ice Flan now? That is eject. So this has to deal combat damage. I have 3 cards in my graveyard. Yeah, this is not great. I don't want to give away that I have a Blitzball Shot. Let's just bounce it. I assume they want it. I'd like to just be able to obviously draw a land and play Ice Flan. And they don't have a land here. They're gonna be like, what can they have? Alright, I have revised my lines here. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. Gigantode. They have just an army of giant monsters. Woo, that's a good draw. Saz, get a land. And... five cards in hand. They're stuck on 4 lands, but they have a lot of good 4-mana plays. Now, I am in a position here to save my Saz, so like, if they go Chocobo Kick on the Saz, I can Blitzball Shot. They have a Summon Fenrir. I wonder when they had that. That's obviously an extremely powerful card. So I can attack as a 5/5 though. Ooh, there is another land, so we are getting very close. Let's pump here. I guess we just attack here. What does it say? Whenever attack, put a plus on target creature. Okay. Alright. We can draw 2 cards now. And wow, our hand's looking awesome now. We have 5 cards in the graveyard. But next turn we can even go Ultros plus Ice Magic, and we still have this Blitzball Shot. And we're pretty close to flipping this side quest card collection as well. How many lands do you need? 7? Okay. They're on 5. Presumably they're going to have a removal spell here, would be my guess. A natural land next turn would be good just for me to use the Scorpion Sentinel. Resentful... Wait, they lead with Resentful Revelation? What do you have? I mean, I feel like they still have something else to play here and they're waiting for more information, but it's a little surprising that, you know, with all this mana, they're not using this as an opportunity to just, like, play the biggest thing that they have, right? So they can still have Vane's Treachery or Overkill or something along those lines, but yeah. And if they have a Sephiroth's Intervention, they should probably use it right away. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Ooh. And we drew a Jill. Alright. They have 1 mana up. 6. I can almost just go for the straight up kill. So, hear me out here. I'm just kind of doing things, but I think this is actually good. I mean, they have to block. They're at 16 life. And I have a Blitzball Shot, where if they block the Saz, I just Blitzball Shot and win the game. So. Now, if they have a Fatal Push, this would be bad. I like how they just scooped. They just knew I had the Blitzball Shot and they scooped. Alright, well, you know what? I'm happy enough with that, and we are now sitting at Diamond. Saz plus Jill. Hey, 2 great cards, alright? You know, like, that's the thing. Like, I think my deck's fine. The last, like, 2 or 3 cards was a little bit awkward. But, overall, my deck is still functional. So, and we still have some powerful cards in here, so. Hopefully, that's enough to get it done. Alright, opponent on the play here. Ooh. I'm going to keep this as 3 blue sources on the draw with a couple of green cards. But, most importantly, I do have the Dreams of Laguna, so that just digs 2 cards deeper to try to find a green source. Now, obviously, naturally drawing one here would be great. God. Yeah, I guess I have to keep it. The blue-green tap land. I don't want this to get syncopated. It's too important for me to try to resolve this. God, ultimate punishment. This feels so bad. Oh my goodness. Alright, well. Because I could have obviously cast Ice Magic as well and taken 3 less damage, but the only thing that would have really destroyed me was a Samurai's Katana. Okay. They're probably going to split up Ice Fawn and Call the Mountain Chocobo. Oh, sorry. Put a card on the bottom of your opponent's library. Okay. Ice Fawn goes on the bottom. Sure. It's a good card. You always get 3 cards. I have 2 cards in my graveyard. I mean, I'm just countering anything, right? Hold on. Do I want the Blitzball? I don't think I want the Ice Magic. I mean, the Blitzball is a mana source. Sure. I mean, it lets me go Blitzball into Gardener, and now I'm on 6 mana, so it's not too bad. Knowing that they have the Coral Sword is kind of awkward, though, I will say. I guess one argument to putting the Blitzball in the graveyard is so that it makes it easier to flip the side quest. But yeah, like, my plan here is to try to stabilize off of hardcasting the Ice Flan. Oh gosh. It's one of these decks, huh? Yeah, alright. Alright, alright. I'm not gonna beat that. They hit a Samurai's Katana and a Warrior Sword with an item shopkeep in play with Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is a really good card, especially if you can like jam a million equipment into your deck. We saw Ken Yukihiro put it to really great work in his Boros run in Final Fantasy Draft to win the Pro Tour. And yeah, when your opponent hits two cards there and I don't have an answer for the Gilgamesh, GG. Alright, well, look. Sometimes you lose. I was debating between playing the Ochu or the Crossroads Village. On the draw, like... Okay, well, I guess I would have gotten damage in, but... I would have gotten 1 point of damage in, but... Sometimes, like, you really regret not playing the tap land on turn 1, and I missed out on 1 point of damage. Alright, so they're doing the towns thing, by the way. Which I think my deck is going to have trouble with, I will say. Summon Primal Garuda. Well, I mean, yeah, that's fine. Let's get an island, play the island, and pass. Precious Wanderings, sure. I mean, this is like, yeah, like, they're gonna hit me for 4, and then this is gonna die. Sure. Oh, do they have a fight spell? Oh, and they get to Clash of the Icons. Wow, and they get to remove a lore counter. That's great. That's great. All right. I don't have like a good cheap thing to play. I think I'm just gonna play Balamti Rexar. Like, I could Vanille back Saz, but I can't replay it anyways this turn. If I draw a land, Vanilling back to Saz and then keeping up Swallowed by Leviathan is quite strong. They even have the gold saucer? Come on now! Gigantode, fair enough. Alright, so this is gonna die. I drew the land. I think I'm gonna quist this and have these two fight. Yeah, let's just keep up Swallowed by Leviathan here. They have 4 cards in hand. You know they're gonna play something strong here. Yeah. Ooh. 4. Is Ultros good here? Maybe I just don't need Ultros here. I mean, it's still just a good card to have. I do have 2 cards in my graveyard, so getting more things in my graveyard is pretty good. Alright, sure. So I have 4 cards in my yard. I mean, if they had a sweeper, would they have played it already? That's my thing. Whatever. Let's get Saz. Let's cast this. Alright. Our hand is still Saz, Catsroy, and Side Quest card collection. So if they have Ultima, which they don't have... Okay, well, we pretty much... okay. I mean, they're super dead, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, they played a bunch of colors, but, like, nothing they played was particularly powerful. Like, I was thinking Travel the Overworld, Omega. By the way, I don't even think I've seen an Omega in, like, 6 drafts. People just slamming that thing super high. It's okay. Straight blue-green can get it done, too. Alright, opponent on the play here. Oh, I didn't even know I had Summon Titan in my deck. Well, I'm going to keep this. We have a turn 2 Gardener and some action. Probably is going to be like a turn 2 Gardener, turn 3 Cycle Ice Flaunt, play Ultros, something along those lines. Double black. Cannot Vein's Treachery that, but priority was instantly passed, so I don't think they have Vein's Treachery. Yeah, Corner by Black Mages is a good one for sure. Okay. I will say black-red is a color combination that I seem to struggle with a fair amount. Four cards in hand for the opponent. I'm not really sure what I want to bounce. Or if I just want to island cycle this. They probably have a removal spell though, right? Alright, fine. Let's tap you down. The way I look at this is they're probably going to want to kill my Ultros. And this at least puts some pressure on them. And if they want to put that on top, go ahead. I'm hoping that when I attack or while I'm tapped out, they kill my Ultros. Alright, gonna play this. I mean, the thing is, like, I don't really care if they killed it. Like, obviously it's good if they kill it. But, I mean, obviously it's good that they kill it. But, like, I mean, that's what makes this card so excellent, right? If they don't kill it, you win the game. And if they kill it, well, you still got your land. So, kind of ridiculous. Summon Anima? Ooh. That's not where you want to be. 4 cards in hand. I mean, I feel like I should probably just play Summon Titan. I can attack with this too. Like, it's gonna be unlikely that they can kill this and this, right? Take a bunch of damage. I mean, they drew 2 cards. I mean, certainly they could have a removal spell. If not, I get 3 lands back from the graveyard, and there you go. Yeah. I mean, look, the red-black deck, you know, if my deck isn't able to go over the top and draw a bunch of cards or get a lot of value out of my cards, like, you can 1-for-1 me with a bunch of removal and Laughing Mads and Corner by Black Mages, but I think that was just a case of we just purely overpowered our opponent. All right. 6-2, shot at a trophy. All right, opponent on the play. Yeah, I mean, I have a 1-drop and a 2-drop, and of course, the Blitzball shot. Mm-hmm. We sure do. They mulliganed, okay. Okay. I mean, that's a good card. I just didn't want them to play Hektize. Vincent's Limit Break is an interesting card. Please don't play Corner by Black Mages. Shambling Sieth, okay. Get the Grand Pulse Ochu going, play another tap land. Resentful Revolution. They should have attacked me first, right? Oh my gosh. And I have the Vanille to get it back, which is kind of ridiculous. I don't know. I have 3 blue sources, I guess, so I'll just get a green. And we'll just pass. I mean, this is an ideal start. Very, very happy with this. Okay. That is also an ideal card. Side quest Hunt the Mark's obviously very good. 3 cards in hand. This card is super annoying. I almost want to just straight up kill it with the airship crash. Nah. We'll just play the grindy game. I think they're mono black, by the way. Which is kind of nuts. Marlboro. Okay. I have 25 cards. I mean, certainly this can attack. 15 to 18. I gotta sneak damage in where I can. And I'm not like interested in getting in blocks, you know what I mean? So. But I'm gonna keep up the blitzball shot here, depending on what they can do. It's a Black Mage's Rod. Alright, bring it on. Bring it on, friend. 1 card left in hand. What do you have? Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm supposed to kill this stupid thing? I'm not entirely sure. Let's lock down Marlboro. Okay. I gotta discard 2 cards here. Guado Solemn for sure. Do I want to discard Blitzball or Gubu Gardener? I don't think I need the extra card. So I'm just going to discard the Blitzball, play a land. I just think it's more likely that I want to play the cheap Gardener and then like some other stuff. Alright, so 12 to 15. Oh, sure. Oh, I do have Swallow by Leviathan. I should probably counter that. Alright, oh my gosh. Let's... Hold on. Yeah, let's take the Quistis. I mean, top's good here. They're at 11. Certainly want to attack with everything. I just want to figure out where I want to put the counters here. I can go Quistis for a 4-mana spell, which is not... I have an Airship Crash and a Light of Judgment. 4-3 here is pretty good too. Yeah, let's just go 5-4. Block Ultros, that's fine. Alright, they're at 6. And I have a Blitzball shot here. You know what's funny? Is I actually have Blitzball shot, Quistis Blitzball shot. Alright, well, Saz Katzroy literally just won us like almost every single game. That, by the way, I think one was off stream, but this is 3 trophies in a row. I do have 3 trophies in a row now in Final Fantasy Draft. Remember a few drafts ago where I was like, man, variance is against us? Well, it's now on our side because we've been drawing really well. Good mana draws. Of course, we have 5 towns, so that's not a surprise. But, I mean, just taking a look at this deck, I wanted to go super deep with towns, but we got none of the towns payoffs. But we still just ended up with just a really solid deck of cards here. Plenty of ways to just like get value, right? Dreams of Laguna, side quest card collection. We had the Quistis, the Vanille, the Saz, and Summon Titan. So just everything just like came into play, got us a bunch of value. The Grand Pulse Ochus were really good at finding us, at letting us survive early, but also in the late game. Like this just won us a bunch of games as well. Obviously, we have 2 of the best rares in the entire format. So of course that went a long way. Jill, you know what's funny is like Jill has a higher win rate, I think, than some other cards, but I found that Jill is mostly just fine, whereas Saz just completely absurd. What has your experience been? Like, their win rates are very similar, but I feel like Saz is way better. But anyways, having both is incredible. side quest card collection to sift through some cards, and splashing the Light of Judgment because I was a little bit light on removal, and I like this as another way to trigger the Ultros. But of course, you know, in an ideal deck, I probably cut like Blitzball, Light of Judgment, Blitzball Shot, and maybe even Ice Flaunt and play like 3 or 4 more actual spells, maybe even the Airship Crash. So we definitely had like a bunch of quote-unquote filler level cards, but even the filler level cards had some applications. The Airship Crash we used, Light of Judgment we used as removal, and the Blitzball Shot was actually quite good. So all in all, very, very happy with this result. And that makes it 3 trophies in a row, 1 off stream, of course, and I'm very, very happy with this result. And, you know, now I'm getting ready to move on. Let me know what you think. I'm thinking about maybe dabbling, maybe coming back and doing like 1 Spider-Man draft, although I will say a lot of people seem to dislike Through the Omen Path, so I'm not really sure. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. This is a tough month or two between The Last Airbender and Edge of Eternities where I got to figure out kind of like the best content to make for all of you, and it's been a little bit of a struggle. But at least I get to right now play a format that I absolutely love in Final Fantasy. This was, you know, a very, very fun set. You can do a lot of different things. You've seen me have success with the white aggro decks. You can have blue-green value decks that's not all in on towns. Golgari Graveyard is also quite fine. There's a lot of good things you can do. We've explored most of it already. So, you know, I'm still trying to figure out what it is, but we'll figure it out. But you know what? Winning is fun. So I'm having a lot of fun. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and would like to support the channel in a different way, I do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you for your support. Also check out TCGplayer.com if you want to buy some booster boxes of Spider-Man, Final Fantasy, Edge of Eternities, or pre-order some Last Airbender stuff in about a month. Check out TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you need deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, they got all of it. Check them out. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.